What's up, guys? This is Chronic Rush HD, and welcome to a brand new episode of my FIFA 13 Road to Gold Around the World series. And as you remember, last episode we sold our SBL team, played a few cup games before that, and got knocked out of quite a few cups, and decided to sell the team on and make my team for the championship. So the let's say the second highest league in the English region, should we call it? But we've been doing okay. As you can see there, we've got around 15,000 coins. We're probably going to get a bit more once we get all our players to sell. We got more wins than losses, which is still pretty nice. Shame about some of those losses. Some of those have been fairly large losses. Others have been not that bad. But we will go and eventually start building the team for the championship, which I think I told you last series episode, what formation I'm going to be playing, and I'm going to be playing the 4-3-3, mainly because it seems to be the most beneficial for me, my play style and all the likes of that, just because it seems to really work for me. But as you can see here, we're going to go and start having a look at some of the players we can get, and being the second highest English league, players actually go for quite a bit more, and everything's a bit more pricey. But we go and pick this player up, Fielding, plays for Derby County, and he's not a bad keeper. He's got all round well-rounded stats. It was him or Almunia, but I decided to go with Fielding. And then the right back, I'm looking through some players, and obviously that you kind of want a bit of pace and a bit of high rating. Mears, I believe, is the highest rated right back in that league. I may have got that wrong, and I go and decide to pick him up. Yes, his pace is slightly slower than Norton or whatever it was. I'm not quite sure if I got that right, but he actually seems to be really, really pacey in game. I don't know why. I'll show you when we play, but he seems to be very, very pacey indeed. So he was quite a weird player to play with, and not expecting that whatsoever. And I'm looking for a left back, and I pick up this player called Poodle. You may have just seen him flash past the screen. He plays for Wolves or Watford. I'm not quite sure of the team. But he again is not a bad player. But we go and have a quick look at some centre backs. I go and pick up this player called Molo Cole, I believe. He plays for Wolves, sorry. And he's actually a really, really nice centre back. He's got a decent amount of pace and is pretty solid. Looks like a tank in the game. So I thought I'd go and pick him up. He seems to be pretty solid at the back. And the places I found hardest, obviously, to find positions was the centre mids. Mainly because the good ones are quite pricey, the cheap ones aren't pricey at all and not good, and the middle ones are slightly still pricey. But the right wing, we pick up this player, Dicko, plays for Blackpool, and he's a really, really nice player, guys. I definitely recommend picking him up. I think I got him for quite cheap as well, and I really, really enjoy playing with this player. But as you can see there, we got our right back, a goalkeeper, centre back, and a right wing. We're going to have a quick look at a left wing. I knew what I was going to get. Phillips, the Scottish player, again plays for Blackpool, and he again is a very, very nice player. He's got pace. Shame about his shooting. It's only 53, but still, it's pretty nice. And also, I was going for a striker, and I've seen to always use Bradley Wright Phillips in these sort of teams, like championship teams. And I picked him up for 650 coins in the right formation, which I thought was pretty decent. He'll make his coins back pretty fast, and I can go and pick up another pretty decent striker to rotate. And he's not a bad striker either, so I thought I'd try him out, see if he wasn't performing that well. I'll go and pick up others. I believe there's the Middlesbrough striker Emnes or whatever. I'm not quite sure of his player name, but I'm not. But we go and pick up this player. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that, but he was I believe, I may have got this wrong, guys. Remember, correct me. I believe he was the centre back, the only English centre back in the Bundesliga. He was a silver player, but I think he got transferred and got moved. I may have got that wrong. He may just be a very, very similar lookalike. I am getting that wrong. It's just come to my head. There's a very similar lookalike player. He's called Machini, I think. That's the centre back. But just ignore that. But we're still looking for these centre mids. And as you can see, I picked up that CDM one just because he seemed pretty solid. And I remembered that they have some gold players in this team. So I'm going to go and have a look. And Jamie O'Hara, he's actually a fairly decent player. He's got a really, really nice shot on him. That's why I've put him in. And I'm going to put in more of the holding centre mid once I get to more attacking centre mids. The CDM centre mids going to be put in the middle mainly, just to hold that position until we get a replacement for him. But we're looking at some players. That Gomes attracted me from Birmingham. He seems to be a fairly decent player. But this Algerian player, I wondered if I could get him cheap or anything like that. And I just couldn't get him any cheaper. And I think I did eventually go and pick up the 2,000 coin one. I thought it was a good deal, but I'm not quite sure now. The prices have all changed. So these players, I've made this episode quite a long time ago. I'll get it up on my computer and tell you when I actually made this episode. But I made this episode quite a long time ago, so these prices are all going to be maybe too high, may have decreased. But as you can see there on the screen, we picked up Poodle, and he's actually a pretty decent left back. But I made this video on the what? Hold on, I was looking at the date. Let me bring it up on the computer. It seems to go weird on the editing software. But we go and pick up this Baptista as well, centre back. And he's a really good, another good, solid centre back. And he doesn't go for a lot, mainly because he's not a shiny player. So guys, look out for that. Some players, they may not be shiny and therefore may not go for much, but are just as good players. So definitely recommend picking up some of those players similar to that. And let me just pop this up quickly to see when I actually made this episode. The one you're currently watching on screen. As you can see there, the team is now finished. The only place we're going to probably change is obviously the player we got in CDM, but he's going to stay there okay for the time being. We made this video on the 21st. Nope. Oh no, I didn't make it that long ago. 25th of February. So it was a good 2 months ago. But so prices, I haven't actually played FIFA in a long time because I've still got quite a few episodes to come out after this. So that was quite a long time ago, and I haven't played because I didn't want to stock up on too much. So once I've fully commentated over all these episodes, I'll now start playing again, have a look at prices. Hopefully we'll get into the Barclays Premier League, which would be pretty interesting. But the prices may have all changed, may have gone up, may have gone down, so I just have to wait when time comes to sell these players. But as you can see here, we're going to have a quick look at the kits, and some kits attracted me. The Peterborough one seemed pretty similar, and I found out I'd already got it, so I wasted 200 coins there, but who cares, there's only 200 odd coins, and I go and pick up the yellow Watford kit, which is a very nice kit actually. So we got a black and that red and black stripe kit, sorry, and I think we're going to go and get the Watford kit to put on. And I also had a look at badges, and the Wolverhampton badge seemed to be the best, but it's going for quite a bit. And I'm just trying to find ones that look decent, and I eventually stumble across the Blackpool badge, I believe. I may have got that wrong. 250 coins, I think I'll go and pick that up. And it's not a bad badge. Their kits aren't that bad either, so I definitely recommend having a look at them. They got some orange, and that white kit's pretty nice, and their orange one is pretty nice as well. So I decided to have a pick at that one, make it more Blackpool orientated. But that is now basically the team all done. We got some people sold in our trade pile. Driver, very good player so far, helped us in this series, and we go into the first game with this team. And I was pretty happy. Back to original formation, got some fairly decent players in this team, and I was looking forward to it. And we come up against this guy called Team Rocket, and he's got a 3-4-1-2 formation. A bit of mix and match players, but still a very nice team. And in the 3rd minute, we put it in through to Bradley Wright Phillips, and he slots that into the bottom right corner to make his first goal for the club in the 4th minute, meaning 1-0 up. So that's a pretty good start for the new team. A shot there by, I believe, his player, so he gets a corner. Nasri's going to whip that in, and Big Dede, I believe, is going to get very lucky. I thought that my keeper should have got that. I wouldn't say lucky, actually. Dede's a pretty tall player, so he probably, it would have been realistic if he did header that out of the keeper, but still, I thought the keeper should have had a bit more better chance. But that makes it 1-0, and I thought we're going to pass this out, and that was just the most scrappiest challenge. Somehow he slide tackled one player and tackled with the other player, and I ended up losing the ball in the penalty box. And Luis Suarez is not going to miss from there. And in the 45th minute, he does quite a bit of skill, and that is a really, really nice finish from Hatem Ben Arfa. Fantastic goal there for him to make it 3-1, and that is all the game ended at. 3-1. The second half was pretty boring. As you can see there, I absolutely annihilated him. More shots, more possession. I don't know why we didn't win that game, but this team still felt strong. We got one fitness issue with the CDM, which isn't that bad, so I decided to go straight into the next game. We're going to come up against this Serie A Juventus team, all Juventus players, and he's got big Ogbonna at the back, which he's pretty much a tank, but still he's going to pass this ball around, and he eventually falls to Matri, who, if you give players this much space, always seem to make this mistake. They'll have a shot against your silver keeper and they'll score. And that's a really, really nice goal from Matri in the 20th minute to make it 1-0 to him. Matri again picks the ball up. I just give this player way too much space. He just passes it around to me. And I think that was Vidal, a very, very nice player. I definitely recommend him. Scored that to making it 2-0. We do get a goal back with Molo Kulu, I'm not quite sure how you say that, but he got a header from a corner to make it 2-1. And in the 37th minute, he kicks out from a loose kick, shall I say, and it fell to my player, and that is going to be a very, very nice shot from Dicko, and keeper's not going to save that, and it goes in. But again, Big Ogbonna is going to get that up to 3-2 just before half-time, which is very, very frustrating, conceding a goal before half-time, but we make that back to 3-3, Dicko again, making it in the 50th minute. 54th minute, through ball into Vuksinic, and he's going to finish that one-on-one with the keeper, basically, to make it 4-3 in the 55th minute. And we move on to the 73rd minute, and he's on the attack again. Leave his player out. Giovinco's got the pace, and that's going to be a very, very nice finish from Giovinco. And this just goes tits up. And that was a very, very frustrating goal. I can't remember that, but it just seemed to didn't want to work. But the game ended up finishing 6-3, and I felt pretty strong in this game. And he made some changes, I believe. I didn't think he had Giovinco on at the start, but it seemed to change the game. And again, I had more shots on target, but he had a bit more possession. So I thought it may have not been the most even score, but who cares? So guys, this is the end of episode 22. Remember, if you enjoyed this episode, remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more. This has been Chronic Rush HD. Till next time, adios!